One.
The following is for entertainment purposes only. Seriously, it's just a scripted fictional comedy show. These guys are not experts, doctors, lawyers, therapists, or even particularly well-adjusted. Everything you hear is opinion, exaggeration, sarcasm, or just plain nonsense. Any resemblance to real people, events, or Uncle Dave is purely coincidental and kind of hilarious. They are not responsible for emotional damage, cognitive dissonance, spontaneous enlightenment, or sudden urges to start a cult. Viewer discretion is advised, especially if you're prone to taking things too seriously. This is a late show. It's not for kids, your boss, or Karen from HR, who will be hearing about this, by the way. Side effects may include thinking, laughing, or yelling at your screen. Fladge Rants Live is filmed before a live studio audience.
The time is now 10:02 a.m. No, p.m. do you know where your first morning constitutional will be tomorrow? Hi, I'm Gary, and welcome to Fladge Rants Live. Yeah, I bumbled that. Fladge Rants Live, show number 104. 104 shows. This is the last show of our second year. More on that later. I take my morning constitutional in the same bathroom every time. I'm not the kind of person who has to take my morning. I can only poop at home. There's a German name for that. It's pretty funny. I forget what it is. I can't pronounce it right anyway. But I do only poop in the one spot at the one time. But an unexpected midday poop also makes things exciting. But did you notice that income tax is unconstitutional? Because I did. Also, you could roll a 20-sided die against your constitution to see if you survive being poisoned in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. So there's that. So here we are, the end of our second year of doing this podcast every Monday for every week for 2 straight years without a single day off. And I'm hanging it up. This is the last. I'm closing. At the end of today's show, we're unplugging, turning off the lights, closing down. We haven't had a Monday off, well, in 2 years. And do I think it's about time? Maybe. I feel like we've got a lot more work to do. I feel like we're just getting started. 104 shows in. Are we allowed to still suck? I feel like we've got more to offer. I feel like we keep finding more. I think we're just hitting our stride. We're getting better. Yeah, I said I wouldn't cry. It is very dare say. I mean, this is actually a tearful farewell, a goodbye. Also, it opens up the door for new opportunities. This is a new beginning. Maybe it's time to hang up the lab coat and the Mehmet Okur Utah Jazz jersey. I'm not even out of shirts yet. 104 shows in, I haven't worn all my shirts yet. Do I have 104 shirts? Really? I didn't know that. But this show has enlightened me onto a lot of stuff, including, but not limited to, quantum immortality. Curious thing about that is it takes the many worlds interpretation of quantum physics and which, by the way, is the same explanation that I use to understand the Mandela effect. Was it the particle accelerator at CERN? Possibly. Was it the work of time travelers? I don't know. Paradoxes arise. Is it infinity screwing things up? Because here's the thing with infinities. They say if you have a million monkeys typing on a million typewriters for a million years, one of them's going to type the complete works of William Shakespeare. That's not true. Not one of them will even type out to be or not to be. That is the question. The idea is one monkey on one typewriter for infinite time will type out the complete works of William Shakespeare. But if you sit there and watch him, he will not do it. That will not happen. Sorry, that won't happen. What will happen, see, there's mathematical things. You probably don't even realize this. Shuffle a deck of cards. And I guarantee no one's ever had a deck of cards in that order. And why? Because there are more possibilities of arranging a deck of cards than there are subatomic particles in the visible universe. Math gets crazy right away. So, this being our last show, we've got a lot to get to. I've got a couple rants, and the main one I haven't gotten to yet, and I'm holding on to that one. But I've got two. Before that, I saw a truck. Now, back up. This is how contractions work. I always say you can't just make up words. That's not even true. William Shakespeare made up a large fraction of the English language. A little more modern examples. My favorite author growing up was Isaac Asimov, and he coined the word robot, and therefore robotics. So he is attributed robot and robotics. Isaac Asimov, look it up. That's what he coined of. Another hero of mine, Richard Dawkins, is credited with coining the word meme, the way we use it these days. Meme, M-E-M-E. So by saying you can't just make up whatever words you want, yes, that is actually how words are brought about. They're just made up. But until they're accepted and used, they're not really words. So here's how contractions work. You put two words together and make a new word. Okay, sometimes it's hyphenated, sometimes there's a space, sometimes no space, and you just put them together. This is true of anywhere and anything. So I saw a truck that said that they deliver anything, anywhere, and into me. Let me repeat that. They'll deliver anything, anywhere, and I think they wanted to say anytime, which is two words. It's not a contraction. And they squished it together, even though that is not a contraction. There's no anytime. It is, and it kind of looks like anatomy. That's not right. What was the other one I wanted to rant about? I wrote it down. Oh yeah, I saw an ad the other day. I don't want to give them any advertising, which works out because I don't remember what company it was for, but it was for term life insurance or something. And he was talking about the 3 Ps. And of course, the 3 Ps were price, price, and price. And the first price was a price you could afford. And then the second price was a price that will stay locked in or like state that won't change. And then the third price was a price that fits your budget. I'm thinking the first P and the third P are exactly the same. What's the difference between a price you can afford and a price that fits your budget. That's insanity. Now, constitutional aside, I was delivered an ultimatum this week. Shut down the podcast or face divorce. And of course, I chose to shut down the podcast. However,
Amen.
nobody should win using those kind of tactics. No one should give in with that kind of bullying. That's not fair. That's not moral.
No.
Going nuclear is not an acceptable tactic.
Doesn't happen that often.
So we're in discussion. I proposed starting a new podcast with her criteria, whatever she wants. We'll just talk about what she wants and not talk about what she doesn't want. Whatever the format change she wants,
Amen.
we'll go with that. See how that works. I'm guessing she's going to go with Monday nights, 10 p.m., exactly the same as it always has been. So, what's the topic next week, guys? Roll the clip, Brady.
Send that clip to me. I'd love to have that.
Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The three what?
What are the 3 Ps?
In Germany, we have a word for the person who only poops at home. Yeah, we call them a Heimscheißer. Are you a Heimscheißer? Yeah. See, my wife is a Heimscheißer. Yeah. I, on the other hand, I'm an Auswärtsscheißer. I'm a person who only poops when they go to your home. Yeah.
I'm a home pooper. I can poop anywhere, but I prefer to poop at home.
I just always poop at home because that's where I am when I have to poop.
The timing, yeah, but like at a hotel, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Porta potty at a construction site, I can hold it.
Oh, sometimes
Unless I absolutely have to.
Right, exactly. Sometimes you can't just hold it. And that's what I was talking about. Like, that's kind of exciting sometimes. So I got too much nature yesterday. I am congested. Is that normal?
Yeah, sure. That's what it is.
No, that's not.
You got a little sand in your eye?
Okay. So we have to do the best show ever.
I don't have an issue.
By shutting it down, I'm forcing you guys to produce the best show you've ever done. That was the main point.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah, what'd you want from me?
A monologue?
There's Isaac Asimov.
Yeah. He was a great author. Like 400 books. I think he was writing his 400th book when he died of congestive heart failure at his computer. Yeah, I was going to write a monologue, but now I have to rant about ultimatums.
Is Scott going to join the show?
No, but he had a few choice words for what we were doing. We got through H. Like I lettered all of my options for a response here, and we got to H.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what all the letters to H would mean?
No, I mean, you came up with the reason that started with that letter. I understand the letters. I don't know what you're referring and what you're comparing it to.
Response to the ultimatum. Responses to the ultimatum.
Well, there's two responses. There's two. You can start at N and end in Y.
What?
No or yes.
Oh.
If you're trying to come up with your own reasons why you're choosing either no or yes. That's it. But you don't. Anyways, I'm not going to tell you how to.
No, I just agree in principle to shutting down the show.
This is all news to me. Is it really? All right. That's good. I just spent $400. I just spent $400 on StreamYard, damn it.
I know. For one show? That doesn't seem fair.
No. I'm going to need to talk to Bonnie.
I did too, Brady.
Yeah, I invited her to come out here, but I feared it would be a roast of her, and that didn't seem...
not at all. I completely respect the choice. If you look at it, I'm the only text that said, don't choose the show.
Right. I know. No, it's obvious. Like I would choose her over any podcast, even if this was Joe Rogan's Experience.
I was in the middle of making this wonderful thing, and I just ran out of time. But since I was going to finish it for next week, so I'm just going to play it anyway. So this is I'm going to explain what I did. So this is called the ultimatum, and then at the top, I was going to scribble out the G and make it Gary or move on.
Yeah.
The
ultimatum, Gary or move on, and then. So I face swapped every female with this woman who shall remain nameless and this gentleman who shall remain nameless. But a weird thing happened when I got to like the 5th or 6th couple. They started warping and getting all shiny. So I had to stop halfway through, but I want to play at least what I got. So it makes no sense without the Fladge Rants on the box. So imagine at the end, the Fladge Rants logo is on the little plastic box.
Everyone has a soulmate. I just want to experience as much of the love as I possibly can fit in my lifetime. I would love forever to start right now.
See, I think she just wants to spend more time with you. This 268 hours of the week's not enough. She wants 272, and that's rightly fair.
I like my hair in that one.
I want to get married. I want someone to make me feel like I am their dream woman, the person that they're choosing to start their life with, build a family with, buy their first home with.
Not have a podcast.
I want it all.
Do you notice she never ever said have a podcast?
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think that women don't like men to be happy.
You bring an energy I've never felt before. You feel like home.
At the end of this experience,
you do know bitches be tripping, right?
Choose me in the way that I've chosen her.
All I want is 4 fucking hours on Saturday, 4 fucking hours on Sunday. That's all I want.
Why do I have to fight for you to love me?
This is a moment to see if the grass is greener somewhere else. This is more than just casual sex.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Everybody should do a trial marriage. Try it before you buy it.
Your heart is extraordinary.
See, like I said, I didn't finish all the faces because it's still warping. But
qualities that would make you a great husband. I'm feeling very overwhelmed right now.
Do you think so? I'm going to get right to it. Do you think, other than the 4 hours of the podcast, do you mind me asking a personal question?
Not at all.
Are you like just a piece of shit husband?
No. This is crazy. This is absolutely bonkers.
Okay. Are you making it up?
No.
Okay, so
this is everything I've ever said on this show.
My wife says it's so ridiculous. He must have some God complex when he's not on the show, and she's just sick of it. Is that true? Like, are you like
it does have to do
with my 16 viewers? Because I didn't think. I mean, we don't do it for the views,
right? No, it has to do with my lack of belief, though. She doesn't like it out there that
religion.
Her husband
is like an anti-Christian. That makes perfect sense, especially when the man, according to the Bible, is supposed to be the biblical pillar.
I am the spiritual leader of the house,
and you are failing in that regard. So I totally understand that.
I am a champion of that regard.
She's trying to save you.
In your religion, you are. But
she can't evangelize to me, and she knows it.
I literally, I didn't see it anywhere else, but I'm taking credit because of you. Invented a term called the atheistic evangelist, and that's you.
I know.
Or atheistic evangelist. Yeah, that's it.
But if she doesn't want me to use this as a soapbox for that, I won't. I'm good with that.
I don't know where your lips been.
This
I was sure about. I'm not sure.
Why are we watching black people make out?
It was funny when it was Black Gary and Bonnie. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like the black guy hair on my
turned
head.
the rest. It turned everybody into wax figures, so I had to back up a bunch, and then I didn't have time to finish. We never.
I never have time to finish. So here's what the show does for me. It's like a sounding board for all the crazy thoughts and ideas and notions I have during the week. And it's a release valve for that. So it doesn't, build up.
Gross.
Also, like a morning constitutional. Also, there's a endorphin rush, like just being on a live mic. Also, I feel like I can help the world. I feel like I can actually make a difference. I haven't yet, but give me another.
What? I don't remember everything, but I remember one show where we helped one person learn about. It was stupid. The Color of Blood. That was just a couple of weeks ago. So I know that your importance and priority may be different from someone else, but you taught somebody. I mean, through this show, all of us together. Maybe not you directly, but
right.
And they commented, "Thank you. I did not know that."
Right.
So that it is against your argument. You did make a difference.
I take full credit for anything that happens on the show, even if I'm outside.
That's fine. To the smallest extent, though, you have made a difference. So you can't say that, and people can't say that.
Barely.
No, I feel like what we're doing is good and funny and amusing and entertaining. It makes me laugh.
It's not harmful at the least.
Right. And okay, so say I'm saying something that's untrue. Say everything I've ever said is untrue, and I was ridiculing something falsely ridiculing something. If your beliefs don't stand up to scrutiny, they're not worth believing.
You've made me dig my heels in more and lean more toward the side that there's definitely something instead of.
You know what? My biggest defense for the show was you guys fighting back. No one can push back on me. No one ever does. You guys are willing to. I love that. And that's why I mentioned quantum immortality. Your stupid energy goes on forever is retarded. Okay, so you guys aren't brilliant, but quantum immortality made me take a second look.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that?
Schopenhauer. That's another philosopher I wanted to get into. He was the mastermind behind the first and the best of the pessimists. But we don't even have time for that. We're on our last show of our second year. I don't know. I was trying to give just a play on words, like we're not hanging up the show. But even if we go from Fladge Rants live to, how about Fladge Rants in real life? We'll do the world tour, like go to actual people's living rooms and like break into their houses and stuff.
Tim Pool does that every day. He's got his regular show in the morning and Tim Pool in real life at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay. I've got other ideas.
So you should tell Bonnie that as far as your anti-evangelistic whatever, 2 years ago to the day, if we started this show, I mean, when we started,
Bonnie.
I don't know. Are we not saying that? Sorry.
It doesn't matter to me.
She was on the show. She was introduced, so I figured it was okay.
That
anyway.
bitch.
Right.
Wow. Anyway, what I was going to say is 2 years ago, I was convinced that I didn't know what the fuck there was. Could have been nothing. Could have been something.
Right.
Could have been a spaghetti monster. Could have been Jesus Christ. Now, after the show, after hearing you be so animate, just out of my own spiteness, I think now more that there's more likely some type of something beyond, some creator, something. So,
well, it's funny you say Jesus Christ. You know how most of the Bible is allegorical? Jesus Christ is full allegory. Look it up. Anointed Savior. That's what Jesus Christ means.
Oily Josh?
Oily Josh means anointed Messiah. I mean, his name is his role in the story.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know?
So
you know
you
who
don't think an
uses
almighty divine being
names?
would do
Fiction
have some
writers.
fun like that? I've also heard people say that when he was on the cross, he said, why have you forsaken me? So that proves that he didn't know the plan.
Right.
When he was on the cross, too, he also said, ow.
But if you look in Psalms,
yeah,
thousands of years before, it said he would say exactly that when he was on the cross.
Right. Right.
Now, I understand both of those books were probably written thousands of years after the event, so it kind of loses a lot of its teeth. I don't want to get into a biblical historical debate because that is just ridiculous.
Right.
There's no point in doing that. But let's talk about if time exists or not. Wait, I'm sorry. We have some comments. Dear Bonnie.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo.
Love, Ryan Brother.
Yeah. Text her.
Dear Bonnie.
He's got her number.
Boo. Love, Ryan.
I know. Well, I've actually got a solution for this. We have one loyal listener. We could just include him on a conference call every Monday night. I don't have any Kleenex, so I'm going to use this glove to blow my nose. Is that all right? Yeah. Oh, no, I sucked it down pretty hard. It's a glove. It's just a glove. It's like a work glove.
What are you going to do with the glove afterwards? Is there any
I'm going
possibility
to leave it here for the next time I have to blow my nose.
Okay.
Oh, it's so scratchy. Look at that.
I thought you blew your nose with a straw.
Time is now 10 p.m. or it's 10 o'clock or
I said a.m.
100 hours.
What's wrong with me?
Do you know your marital rights? And if you do, are you sure they're constitutional?
Oh,
tonight's topic
I like it.
Constitutional, which is not just a legal concept. It's a lifestyle, a bowel movement, and a metaphor for everything we've tried to do on this show.
Yeah.
Let me explain.
Okay.
Some folks think a constitutional is just a slow, dignified stroll. But the truth is, it's never just a walk, is it? It's a gentle protest against stagnation. It's motion with intention. It's the body's quiet declaration of independence from dinner. And that's what this show has been. Not a sprint, not a revolution, but a deliberate, opinionated, often flatulent walk through the absurdities of thought, the back alleys of history, and the poorly lit hallways of human behavior, with the occasional detour into the bushes of madness. Because let's be honest, when nature calls mid-rant, you don't always have time to make it to the house.
God, that was perfect
104 episodes. That's 104 chances.
I have to go find a
we
new
gave
jabber.
the world to cancel us. And somehow we dodged every subpoena, exorcism, and cease and desist order like the greasy philosophical weasels we are.
Damn, I didn't even have time to watch
the big
this one.
stuff. Giants,
I would have sped it up.
cryptids, cuneiform, pants. We tackled the little stuff, superfluous things, tertiary concerns, even Dave. And through it all, we held firm to the first clause found in our Constitution, the right to rant. And now we bring it to a close. I want to say this with the full weight of 1,000 half-baked ideas behind me. We didn't always make sense, but we always made noise. And if that isn't the most constitutional thing a human can do, then may I be impeached, defenestrated, and flushed. So this is not goodbye. This is us taking our final constitutional. One last walk around the block of reason. One last toot on the kazoo of indignation. One last defiant step into the sunrise, pantsless proud and slightly moist. Thank you, dear listeners, for walking with us, for ranting with us, for only once calling the cops. And remember, the Constitution isn't just a document. It's a gut feeling. Sometimes it's gas. Stay upright. Stay irregular. Stay flaggy. And finally, as above, so below.
Amen.
Gay men.
Gay men. Is that what that means? They mean gay men.
Amen.
They just don't say the gay part.
No, it was Amon Ra trying to get himself involved in the end of every prayer. It's the wrong God. A lot of those Anunnaki gods were so full of themselves. Marduk was the worst.
That comic strip rules.
That's Marmaduke. Marduk, he thought she was so badass. Now, he was the son of Enki, who is the brother of Enlil, who is the oldest son of An, who is the heir to An, who is the sky god. So Marduk didn't actually have a claim to the throne, but when he defeated what's her face, the serpent water lady, he just overtook
Medusa?
he
Who's
took the throne.
I don't know the serpent water lady.
Tiamat.
Oh,
you're welcome. Tiamat.
Bless you.
And she was badass. She had like 12 monsters that she made or summoned, wherever. He defeated all 12. But 12, I mean, there's a reason there's 12s everywhere. The 12 disciples, the 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 hours and a half a day. I'm not
What's
sure
the
why
reason? What's the reason?
Same reason 13's unlucky, I think. Or unlucky for us regular folks. Because judge and jury is 13. Jesus and the 12 disciples, it's 13.
But just a second ago, you said 12 was the thing. And then you had to add one to make it 13.
Yeah.
That's a thing too.
To make it unlucky is just a thing too. Yeah.
I've heard. Well, what about 1 1? Those numbers are the same. Those are special.
I have to sum up everything today. So you bring up a great point, and mathematics is a great language to explain the universe around us. And there's a giant debate ongoing whether it's invented or discovered. I'll tell you right now, it is an invention that works perfectly, but it is an invention.
Welder6978 is asking, is this the farewell show?
Yes. I know. I said I wouldn't cry.
Y'all look good right now. Y'all look good right now. Apply yourself. Apply yourself, baby. Get uncomfortable. Come on. Victory lap, baby. Victory lap.
Is that what you sent me?
Oh, no, but I think I clicked on after the. Yeah, I got you the commercial. I got the commercial.
One Punch Man, but it wasn't.
Oh, that's all right. It was Jason Statham. It's not even that good. But I watch anything that's One Punch Man. But
what if it's
Jason Statham.
What if it's a porno?
Should not have
dressed up
as like
One Punch
fisting
Man.
Another man.
I mean, it's fake, or it's fan art or whatever they call
one
that.
Fist Man.
No drawer.
Why not? You some kind of homophobe?
I've got your lawnmower blade right here. Do you have a box that looks like this?
Yeah. Yeah, with expired Girl Scout cookies in them.
Yeah.
Nah, technically,
this is expired disease.
That's when they're not allowed to sell them. It's not any expiration date as far as spoilage. It's just
Does freeze.
Stock control.
Consume or freeze.
Hey,
I'm still gonna eat them.
I'm pretty sure my daughter hasn't been a Girl Scout in 5 or 7 years, so I think they're way older than you think.
Right.
Or maybe I didn't get them.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's the expiration date that's on them. Maybe they made them, 5 years ago, and they happened to run out last year in September.
You'd have to take that up with Gary.
Yep, September 01, 2024.
When did you receive them?
Over a year ago.
Whenever the show
I know,
started.
but Is that typically in the spring, summer, fall?
I don't remember.
That expiration date had only been a few months anyway.
I think it just happened.
So they only put 6 months
cookie
expiration
season.
when they sold it. You got 6 months from purchase to
Yeah, that's not bad.
Doesn't seem right.
I'm gonna bet
It's just
that most
chocolate,
people
peanut butter, and a cookie crunch.
Yeah,
they eat them within that 6 months. I would bet most people.
And a cookie crunch.
I've got a bunch.
Soft nougat.
There's no nougat. Are you trying to be the Lucky Charms lucky? Oh, are you hungry? Want me to make you a sandwich?
Did you just call the cookie the N word?
Not on the YouTube show. You didn't.
No. I think we're shadow banned on YouTube anyway.
Did she wash her hands after she handled that meat?
Nope.
She washed that cutting board. That's a wood cutting board. That meat's just gonna absorb into that.
I just love this sandwich.
Oh, those look like shit.
She's doing great. Shut up.
What kind of cut is that? That's like a shit ass cut of meat.
Right. That's why she cut it up.
Now she's making breakfast. Why can't we see her tits while she's doing this?
That's a good point. That's the first good point you made.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. What's the point of this?
It's
Who cares about the sandwich? There we go. Thank you.
I love that sandwich. I
Why
want
does
that
everybody gotta
sandwich.
put avocado on everything? Wait, and the ketchup and fries?
There's like too much. No, I'd take most of that off there, but I'd keep.
Here you go.
Even when you bite into that, that steak is not like a tender steak. That was not like a tender cut to it. You're just going to pull out a strip of meat every time you take a.
Yeah. Drawer makes a valid point.
Yeah. You need more of a tender cut or you need it sliced, thin sliced.
Agree? The snack?
Yes. Ooh, nice. Ooh, nipples.
You are a child. I didn't see. Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't see nipple.
Yes, I am a child. Children are attracted to nipples.
That was at 10-second timestamp, just in case people that are.
Need a second glance at those nipples. She's doing that on purpose, right? Like, she's like, here's my head in case you want to look at it for a second. What is that?
Something of root, I think ginger.
Ginger.
She's slicing the meat.
Is it thin enough?
Come on. Was that thoroughly cooked?
Well, it's tuna.
No, it looked rare.
Is it just seared? She just sear it?
Yeah.
Seared.
I believe the name of the
It's not like
sandwich
it's a
is
steak.
seared tuna. You can eat steak and tuna pretty much raw, right? I mean,
Raw.
You're not supposed to.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
sushi
prefer
and
it.
steak tartare.
You can. You're not really supposed to.
Here you go.
Worst case scenario is you get sick or like get some kind of worms or some shit.
Right, but I mean, it's different than like chicken or ground meat, is what I'm saying.
How bad it is, because I think just the main thing is the salmonella is the issue.
Right.
But can all rotting meat
Yeah, all rotting
create
meat can kill
salmonella?
you.
Salmonella,
But that was cold and then cooked.
both Sam
ideally.
and Ella.
No.
I don't know how tuna works because them freaking Asian people, them they eat them fucking. The hell is the name of that food? Oh yeah,
Egg roll.
they eat all kinds of like sushi and shit.
Sushimi.
Yeah, that's all raw fish. I mean, what are you looking at?
You had mentioned words.
Yeah.
These are the newest words in the English language.
Yeah, tell me more.
I can't pronounce a lot of them, like angeliferous.
Angeliferous?
Yeah, what?
Oh, angeliferous. That's it.
Angel life
Resembling an
era.
angel. Wait, angered. That's the new word. Angered.
I think angered was already a word.
Huh.
Right? Yeah.
I said I wouldn't talk about work anymore.
Blurt.
Saw a word that I hadn't seen at work, and it was if you have trouble,
Debacle.
talk to your leads person.
These are not new words.
So I
Sorry,
looked up
continue.
leads person, And I thought it might be leadsperson, but a leadsman is a nautical term for a guy who sends a line off the front of a boat to test the water depth.
Oh, that's a brilliant segue. You want to talk about the boat?
Segui? What boat? There's a boat. I like boats.
Yeah, there's a boat.
Let's do boats.
Keep talking about your boat story while I find it.
Okay, so when I was driving a boat, Dolphin, I used to deliver to grocery stores, and I had this Hollywood in Rochester, and the receiver would always take his morning constitutional about 7:20, so I knew to not deliver till 7:30 and after. Like if you show up at 7:15, you're out of luck.
How did you know? Just by the smell when you arrived, or did you guys converse that much and got that personal that he said, "Hey, I take a shit at 7:20"?
Oh yeah, a lot of my deliveries I did multiple times, so I started to get
Now,
into
did you
a
keep this
pattern or routine.
profile list up here, or did you actually write it down? Like, I'd like to see your route where there's little notes. Smells like poop at 7:20.
Yes, yes, that was it.
So, first of all, my thoughts and prayers, which I'm going to take my thoughts out of it. I'm going to take my prayers out of it. My sadness in my heart goes out because that makes way more sense because you don't.
Yeah, it does.
You do not want to know the thoughts in my head. Certainly don't want to share it with people that are grieving.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't believe in prayers on this show. So
yeah.
Before we go on, some people died on this, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we will since a lot of people don't believe in prayers on the show, we will forego the prayers, so we will just have thoughts.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Random thoughts with
Well, we have thoughts and prayers, we just have thoughts.
So what happened to this boat?
Did you know that Mexico has a navy? I learned that just this week.
Well,
See, you learn something every week, and that's why
they don't know what to do anymore, though, since the Gulf is no longer there. So,
yeah, the Gulf of America,
which is the site where
is our pirate ship?
It's the Mexican Navy.
It's a fucking pirate ship.
It's a long
It's
ship.
fucking Jack Sparrow.
I'm sorry. It's a tall. It's called a tall ship or a long ship.
No, it's a pirate ship. I saw this in Hook.
George, right? It's called a pirate ship.
This is the official Mexican Navy.
What?
Downriver. You'll see.
But wait, do you see what happened?
Are they pillaging? Are they good Mexican Navy?
Oh,
or is this
that. No, they claim this was
by
an
the
Can you
cartel?
imagine if the Mexican Navy was any good? They wouldn't have to call it Mexican.
Well, they
would
wouldn't be
just call it
driving
the
a
Navy.
pirate ship. Looking like it's fucking from 1842. What is this?
It's the Mexican Navy. We've already established
This is
that.
a tale.
What you're going to see is
Captain
now.
Jack
What you're going to see is
Sparrow.
the Brooklyn Bridge, and I believe the Hudson.
Headed towards Iceland. The Cuauhtémoc
I was just over there.
on a goodwill mission.
I was in New Jersey
several
on
weeks.
Tuesday
Oh,
and
this
Thursday.
is the leadsman's job.
And it was
They claim they were heading to Iceland. Here it is. Okay.
portion of its trip.
Here's the part.
that It appeared to
Wait.
power,
Oh,
causing
and it's got lights like a 16-year-old's fucking bedroom.
Okay,
Yes,
so
it
What the
does.
hell?
this is a bad view, but also let me explain. Not only is it covered with lights, but these
What is
masks,
this?
these masks with the extra cross pieces, are full of people.
People.
You can see the one guy's legs
They're
sticking
sitting
out
on
here.
it or what? They're just like, it literally is a movie. It's literally a
look like-
fucking pirate movie.
Oh, it's a show.
They're probably all singing from the fucking sitting on the mast, just singing, dancing.
Well, they're about to be
This is
swimming.
not real.
This is real.
Oh
just
my
happened.
God.
Early stages. Sadly, 2 people lost their lives, and hundreds
What?
of
How?
crew members still
They were the
here
people that were up
trying
on
to
the
figure out what's
mast.
next in
What were
Yeah.
they trying to? Were they going to push the boat away from the?
No, they were performing. Oops, that's the wrong one.
What? They
Someone
filming
forgot
a
to measure or
movie?
something.
Filming Hook 2?
I'm gonna find more video of it.
What the fuck is that? That's confusing as all hell.
But
They
let's just
tried
get
to.
past the fact
Why
that
didn't they just
Mexico
put it in
has
reverse?
a navy. I've played every war game that you can think of. Mexico
never been
never
the
has a
Mexican Navy?
navy piece. I don't
Oh.
even think. I think there's like a North American no.
Of course, Mexico has a navy.
For what?
They can
No,
sail the 7 seas.
I mean, I know there's water on 2 sides, but it just doesn't seem. I mean, clearly they need to invest a little more.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like they could have a better navy. Have you seen our like aircraft carriers and shit?
Yeah.
They've got this fucking pirate ship.
No wonder.
I feel like the fucking
care.
Tom Hanks and Castaway had a better boat getting off the fucking island.
Wilson!
Exactly. Is that all we got? Are we looking for more?
Into the Brooklyn Bridge. Chilling video here showing the masts of that Mexican Navy ship snapping into pieces. Nearly 300 sailors on the ship on a training mission.
Lights
Two of them
on
were
sale
killed,
at
several
Menards.
others
recovering from injuries tonight, and there are many
They were
questions
training
about how this happened.
Figure
Here's
out
Geo
how
video.
this happened. The ship was too tall for the bridge.
So this is an old video. They know now today how it happened. There was a tugboat.
Hit the X.
Yeah, why did that come up?
Yeah, I
like
want to
that?
see it better. Yeah, there we go.
There was a tugboat here that was supposed to be helping it steer, but the current was too strong. The boat was backing out of a dock.
Yeah.
And then it was going to go on the river, but for whatever reason, when it backed out, not only was it going with the current, but its engines were in reverse. So what you're seeing is not just it hitting, but it is going full engines backward into the freaking bridge.
Oh.
Growing questions about what caused that catastrophic ship crash.
Yeah, so the tugboat's right there. You see the tugboat right there? It did its best to try and get in front of it to try and steer it, but it could not steer it. And then the boat, you can see by the wake. I don't know if you can see in these videos, but the wake, some experts said, shows that the boat was actually engines reverse.
The Brooklyn
Tours,
Bridge,
Mexican
killing 2
Navy.
people, injuring 19 more.
Oh no!
Stunning
Those are
videos
regular-ass
capturing the
looking people.
moment of impact.
Look, so yeah, you see the people on top. See them?
What are the regular ass people doing up there?
They're all standing. They're straight across there. They're
This
on
was like a
harnesses, though.
fucking display.
They're on harnesses, so unless the actual cross piece fell, everyone was okay because they were.
But what are they doing there? Do they have to put the mast up and down? Do they have to put the sails up and down by hand? And so they need people balancing on these? Do we not have? Is it not 2025? Do they
don't need
not
the
have
lights either.
technology?
I think it's a show. I think people pay tickets to go there and experience the Mexican Navy.
The
of
Navy? Them
1897 or
dancing and
something.
singing?
I don't.
Packed Saturday night.
This is not a Disney movie.
Again,
That's a good
filmed by
angle.
someone on the bridge. Late
The
today,
phrase
officials
is
confirming there was no
Mexican
significant
Navy.
damage to the iconic bridge. The NTSB
They were
says
like,
the Mexican Navy
pull
ship carrying
forward, and
nearly
they just-
300
okay.
people on a training mission
Okay.
departed a Manhattan pier around
So, yeah,
8:20 Saturday
the-
night with the help of a tugboat. Sailors seen lining the towering masts. The ship reversing into the East
No,
River
they're just
when
like
it started
hanging
to
out up
pick
there. They're just
speed.
sailors, and
You're gonna
we're just standing up here
accessing
because we
all the
can.
different,
And to put the sails up and down because we don't have technology.
Yeah. What's wrong with
I
that?
don't even know if our Navy even have like boats with
Yeah.
sails on them.
The vessel began
We've got nuclear powered submarines.
Around 8:24 p.m., the crew requesting assistance from more tugboats. And roughly 45 seconds after those calls, the ship hit the bridge. All 3 masts snapping like sticks, sailors left dangling. That tugboat appeared to try to steer the ship, called the Quatamoc, south, but it kept drifting north towards the bridge. Experts pointing to videos like this, showing a possible wake, suggesting the engines were pushing it faster right into the bridge.
That indicates that there's some sort of propelling force. So it does indicate that the ship is coming astern and actually driving itself toward the Brooklyn shore and the bridge.
And David, it's still not clear if a mechanical issue played a role in this crash. The NTSB is now waiting on Mexican officials to give them permission to board this ship and interview the crew.
Why do they need? Oh, they need permission because otherwise it'd be like an act of war or something. What about the guy sailing to Hawaii with his cat? I didn't see that. Did he make it?
Yeah, here we go. Got another angle of this boat. You ready? Yep, here it is. Yep, there it is. Like the people standing on top of it. Yep, there it is. Yep.
God dang brilliant.
Oh. That's what they should have did, and if they wouldn't have died if they did it that way.
Just the timing. It's the prestige and the pageantry and the timing is what saved him.
I wonder if there was people there that thought it was part of the show.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, no.
I think so.
When the people were splitting in half and splashing into the water. They did say that about like the movie shooting in shoot. I don't think I was supposed to. You can't even say that on YouTube. We should probably end YouTube.
Are absolutely massive. Was diagnosed with something called Poople syndrome. I run the risk of like going paralyzed, and I just that like kind of made me realize my mortality, and then I just grew to like despise my life and like the corporate machine. And I saw some guy sail from California to Hawaii, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. And I was like, I want to do that. Something right there. Oh. And I had this really good idea to liquidate my 401k and then sell my cars. Oh yeah. Welcome to day 3, sailing alone across the Pacific Ocean with my cat. And ladies and gentlemen, we have sea whales, big whales. Couldn't tell you what kind. They were whales. I can see them blowing over there too. Oh, right there, right there. Oh yeah. Crossing an ocean in and of itself is absolutely just an insane thing. You feel every emotion in the spectrum to the extreme. You know, like every emotion, you feel it to the extreme. And it's just a crazy experience. And also going viral is a crazy experience in the middle of the ocean. I'm completely isolated, but I went viral. I don't know. I think the world kind of is in a weird place. The world kind of sucks. And like, I don't think I'm alone in how
he is describing this terribly.
5-hour weeks. And you can even have a good job and working these crazy hours and you're still not making, you can be making $150,000 a year and you still feel like you're just making ends meet. You know what I mean? And I think people are just tired of that and working really hard for nothing. And
yeah, but you're just sitting in a boat doing nothing, just like waiting around.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I promise you, the second time you do it, it's going to be like work.
And I need to
be like, okay, there's no water.
But at least, I mean, you don't have to go just straight
it.
across. You can go anywhere. There's a lot of shit around that coast of that ocean, though.
Ready for it. But look,
the freedom, it's like I could compare it to driving. Do you remember when your freedom range expanded when you were 16 and you could drive compared to walk and ride your bike?
Okay, he rode his boat to fucking Hawaii. Okay, I could just fly there instead. hate. And you can't go anywhere. He's going to cross international waters at some point, and then they're going to be on his ass. He may run into some fucking Somali pirates. Who knows?
My family says that instead of driving to Florida, we could fly and we get an extra day, even maybe 2 days there.
Depends if there's plenty of places to stop on the way down to Florida if you make an adventure out of it.
Especially when you have family in Tennessee and it's exactly the midway point. But both points are valid. But I like this shit. I like seeing stuff. I don't like flying unless unless you need to get there and back. I guess it is the fastest.
Did you pull this up because of Ryan, or did Ryan
yeah.
happen to was that simultaneous or what?
Do you watch the show?
No, I zoned out, obviously.
Yeah, I don't like the way.
About the guy with the
I think it
cat.
should be smart enough to know, hey, somebody played the thing, and it shouldn't be read anymore when anyone plays it. But compared to Rumble Studio, I'm not going to complain about StreamYard.
No, I like the duck with the headphones. I can have my phone sit there and charge. Yet last week it went down to 14% because I couldn't have it charging because I had to have it sitting up on its charger port.
I almost had the old setup set up with the invite links from way back when.
Yeah.
Almost had that set up, but I just couldn't get it together.
Huh. I was shocked to see StreamYard today.
Yeah, it was just easier.
Yeah.
Buy it for a month, not a year.
Right. Yeah, I was going to help out with that. I have a follow-up story with my unemployment.
Yeah.
I had my last hurdle to overcome with my unemployment claim.
And it tripped you and you fell on your face.
I did. I forgot the date. I spaced on it. I got home at like 3:45 and it said you have to call on Monday, May 19th at 3:00. So I called real quick and I sat on the phone for half hour in dead silence and then it hung up on me.
Do you
So I don't see a dime.
Yeah, you do. You just got to go file and do the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
It's not like
I will.
It's not like
just
oopsie-doopsie.
call someone and talk to them, and they'll tell you what to do.
I did a follow-up call, and she told me, yeah, it said 3:00. That's why you didn't.
But yeah, they do. They do
He's
get a little
"Yeah, I
upset. They're
flipped
like,
that shit."
dude, there's people that are working 40 hours a week. We ask you for 30 seconds at this time during the fucking every 2 weeks, and you can't do it. They kind of do judge you a bit, like you're a piece of shit.
Right.
Like you had one, not me judging you, but from their
Yeah,
point of view,
I
like,
had one job.
You had one job.
I mean, did they make fun of you?
No, it was dead
They should
silent.
have.
They
No
don't
one should
have to. They don't have to. Everybody they talk to is like, unless you're injured or incarcerated. Those are the only two valid excuses.
If to be in something,
Yeah.
injured or incarcerated.
Insufficient time is not one of them.
I like your jersey.
Yeah, memo.
You like my jersey?
Like a memo.
You like my jersey?
New Jersey? That wasn't hanging on the door when I was there yesterday.
No, it just showed up as you mentioned it because I didn't even know why you mentioned it. I was just like, oh, I've got no Kerr jersey.
Why
I hung it up.
did we just get him from Utah or something?
Nice.
Just got
No,
him
this
from
was
Utah?
Joe Dumars' biggest blunder.
What?
He was a 19-year-old kid. He wasn't ready for professional sports. He became an instant millionaire and left the league. Well, after Darko. Oh, I was thinking of Darko. Who do I have? Memo?
Yeah. You're a dumbass.
Oh, okay.
Why do you both
Darko,
have the
yeah.
same jersey from different schools? Or,
No,
I mean,
Memo was great.
not different schools.
Did you get the
different,
memo? It's not Darko.
It's not Darko. They were from the same, Yugoslavia?
They're from the same, just because they're white and foreign, they're from the same general area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were they were allowed to seek refugee status here. So we've made them play basketball.
Yeah, I was thinking of Darko, but this is a Memo. Okay, yeah. Darko Memo. Come on. This is
you
old
fucking
school.
moron.
This is like 20 years ago. The Poople song.
Ow, my tummy hurts. I need to poo-poo. Sit on the potty, sit on the potty,
The kid.
poo-poo.
Oh, the kid. Holy shit.
My poop is out.
Now my poop is out. Look at the different kinds of poop.
Potty, shark on the potty, elephant also push, push, push. Poo, 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 poo. Now their poop is out. La 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 la, la 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 la. Say bye bye poo poo. Ow, my tummy hurts. I need to poo poo.
That was the beginning again.
On the potty, sit on the potty, push, push, push. Poo poo, poo.
Nope, it's just the same song.
Now my poop is out. La 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 la. Say bye bye poo poo. Lion on the potty, crocodile
Kid loves
awesome,
this.
tiger on the potty, push push push. Poo 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 poo. Now their poop is out. La 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 la. Say bye bye poo poo. Huh? Who is it this time? Tyrannosaurus!
T-Rex on the party, T-Rex on the party, T-Rex on the party. Push, push, push. Poo, 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 poo. Oh, now my poop is out. La 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 la, la 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 la. Say bye bye poo poo. La 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 la, la 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 la. Say bye bye poo poo.
The
All
kid
done
loved that.
pooping.
That was pretty fun to watch.
Can you play the Fladge Rants drop with the telephone call? That'd be great.
And I abandon the chair every 15 minutes roughly anyway.
Yeah.
Hi, this message is for Flash.
Hey, it's me, the kid. So, I guess this is it. I mean, not in it, but like, end of the line, right, for the show. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, I keep thinking someone's gonna say, "Nah, just kidding," and then we're back in the barn. Gary's yelling into the void again, and I'm trying to figure out which clip is rolling, but nah, it's real, and I'm glad I got to be part of it. Even if I was just some guy from R Made a Rub Beer who wouldn't stop talking about the wrong parts of the Constitution, I learned a lot. I laughed a ton. I met whoever that squirrel was. He knows what he did. And yeah, I'll still be around. I still got that old uniform shirt in the trunk, you know. It still smells like burnt rubber and broken dreams. Gary, you were the only reason that job was ever worth showing up to. And Monday nights, those meant something. Still do. Anyway, thanks to everybody, and especially you, Gary. You let me be myself. You gave me a seat. You let me rant. You touched me so many ways, and you never once told me to shut up or to stop even when I probably should have. So yeah, see you around. Best podcast ever. I'm the kid.
Well,
that was touching.
Yeah, nothing about me or Jory. I mean, not that I'm asking for it, but geez. Okay.
That was great.
What?
I think he's in love. I think you're in love with the kid, Jor, and the kid is in love with Gary. That's the little love triangle.
Yeah, the love triangle.
And you're all single now, so or no, Jor, you're not single, but you'd leave your girlfriend. For
I
the
just
kid
met
if
his
you were
girlfriend for the first time yesterday.
I think that.
So she does exist. It's not just some weird puppet.
I can confirm.
All right.
She has slightly longer hair than I have, even.
And now, whether you admit it or not, I know you may have mentioned the ultimatum to your.
Oh, yeah.
You live together. So, what does your significant other say about the whole situation, Jor? Anything? Nothing?
He didn't mention it to her.
That's a shame. I talked about it at length. I talked about it at length with mine, and she's just boggled. She's baffled.
We had 3 hours out at Kensington to discuss it with the guys, and we covered every angle.
Scott took all 3 hours.
Yeah. Scott was like walking past his
footage?
disc 150 feet past his disc, just still ranting about.
Yeah.
crap.
Will was getting kind of annoyed with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, everyone was shooting like
He
crap.
didn't let it know.
except me.
He didn't let it be known really, but he definitely he said some shit underneath his breath one time. He's like, "All right, dude." It's like, what the fuck?
I dominated that round, by the way. I shot a 3 over at the Kensington's blue course.
Yeah,
The Black Locust.
It's narrow fairways, you know.
Yeah, it was tight.
Is the other course like that? That's there. Is
It's
it narrow?
actually got worse roughs. That's why we chose the course we did. Because you'll if you didn't notice, I was kind of dressed up. I looked good. And see, I was wearing that shirt. Now that's a nice shirt to be disc golfing, like in the thorns and like trying to pick through the
thorns,
the high grass.
Does not look like a disc golfing shirt.
No, I was the best dressed person out there. Also, I had the best score at the end of the game.
But you gotta dress appropriately for the situation.
I don't have to. I wear a lab coat for a podcast.
I prefer to do it the proper gear. Typically rain gear in Michigan in May.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's no way. No, it was fun. We don't play Kensington a lot. It was a 3-hour round trip from here.
Oh,
is that where
really?
the championship is, or is that a different course that I'm just totally wrong?
Which question would you like me to answer?
Any one of them. Take your time.
Oh, they have played professional tournaments at Kensington.
The next one is everyone we just mentioned on the show that they announced they were going to play at a Michigan course. Was that the one?
Correct.
Thanks.
I don't think so.
Thanks, human being. That's what
I don't know enough to
appreciate
make an informed comment on that.
It is going to be held at Kensington. It is not at one of those courses. They play it at the Toboggan.
Yes, it is.
But the Toboggan is at Kensington.
In Kensington, yeah.
How many courses are there in one freaking metro park? I
3.
Is that normal? Does some of them share holes? There's 2 more
No.
questions. You have to figure it out.
3 separate courses.
That's nice then, right?
Yeah,
So you
well,
got
yeah, you know.
plenty of
No, it
room,
is.
and if one's
it's
full,
like-
you can just go over to the other course.
Yeah, if you don't have old man shoulder.
What's old man shoulder?
That's I can't lift my arm past this because I disc golfed yesterday.
Just look at Gary's shoulder.
Yep. Look at
And
that.
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's old man shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, that's going to look so good on you when we go to my parents this weekend for Christmas.
Why do we always have to go to your parents' house for Christmas?
keeping your poop in a jar till the day you come back. So don't forget just what you are. Yeah, I'm keeping your poop in a jar.
What?
Wow.
Out you took everything.
We've gone from Giza to poop.
I scooped it out. I bottled it up, and now it's
You
there.
have?
Stand by the bed to remind me in case I ever forget. You're just a
Maybe
piece
we have jumped the shark. Maybe this is a good time to stop.
keeping your poop in a jar till the day you come back. So don't forget just what you are. Yeah, keeping your poop in a jar. I'll play me some brown sound. Hey, pretty fruit landing now.
Here we go. Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. Is that enough? Or shall I go on?
Let me testify. I had a moment of weakness once, so I opened the lid for a smell. It all came back to me, baby, when vaporous rush. I remembered you well.
Brady, why are we watching this?
Forget?
Brady, why are we watching this?
That's a great question. And the point is,
Keeping your poop in a jar.
these videos have millions of views.
Poop in a jar. Oh, everybody sing. Keeping your poop in a jar.
And it's the exact reason why we will never do it. Never did it for the views. This is the kind of shit you end up doing if you do it for the views.
Keeping your poop in a jar.
It's a bit too repetitive for me.
Well, there's really once you got the hook of poop in a jar, there's really nowhere else to go. What are you going to start describing the corn and the poop? Flip City is the best course I ever disked. Is it disked or disked? So we lost our grammar person.
Yeah.
Is it dicided? No, I'm pretty sure it's disked. Disked? Disked. I really don't know. Flip City, where is that? Flip City sounds like a place to buy records back in the day.
Not quite sure because
I'm not ever in a situation where like I would happen upon it.
I like Cass Benton.
He said he thinks they do. Sorry, this is Ryan. I thought they do the championships there.
Cass Benton next week.
Hudson Mills is also fantastic.
For disc golfing or other things?
Yes.
I don't know. Where is that? Is that one of your gay
Hudson
stories?
Mills?
One of your gay stories involve Hudson Mills?
No.
No gay story.
But CJ's is a party.
Oh, sorry. There's a vocal trigger that whenever we say gay stories, the AI automatically thinks it's a drawer story.
Right. No, CJ's Party Store has like the wall of discs, but now it's like 3 aisles.
Weird.
But when I first went there over 20 years ago, CJ's right outside of Hudson Mills had the wall of discs, and I got my first 20 discs there. Brady, I went to this place called Queer Hollow.
Which way are the discs on the wall of discs? Are they?
They're
stacked?
yeah.
Or are they?
The stamp is facing you. The concave
It was
side
pretty
is facing
cool.
the
It was
wall.
called Queer Hollow by all the locals.
It was called Queer Hollow.
I would go to Queer Hollow.
What's this?
Oh,
Queer
this
Hollow.
is a fun song.
Was I supposed to mash it up or just?
It really was. I don't care. You can do it for next week. I just like the song.
We are
I get
retarded.
up, I get down, and I'm jumping around. And the rumpus and rock is so comfortable now. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow.
It's probably about all we can play on YouTube.
Right. Good job.
Oh, okay.
What else? Go to Rumble. Yeah, hit it.
Queer Hollow.
Queer Hollow. No, I like to
Squirrel.
whack off to my show.
Viral sensation.
Disclaimer: the unfiltered and crude proclamation of jabber speech.
Wait, I'm sorry. Before we go, we have a Dear Fladgy.
Oh, we do.
forgot.
I love it. I love it.
We got to keep those for the. Oh shit! Where is it? It's all gone.
Oh,
Ask
no.
Fladge.
Oh no! Oh, I just had to scroll.
You worthless.
Dear Fladgy, I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in much outside of physics, satire, and my whiteness. But I do believe in marriage. I'm sitting out here again in the barn, on the same old broken stool with the same squirrel up in the rafters, pretending he pays rent. No monitor, no headphones, no laptop, just a phone, a Looney Tunes glass full of air and half full of brown cum. I talk over the intro because I can't hear when it starts, and I'm writing you because nobody else will listen. Or maybe they will, but not the way I need them to, not like you do. So I'll say it. I was given a choice, an ultimatum, the show or the wife. And yeah, this one stings worse than Dave's silence. This is oddly personal.
Yeah, I like
On the one hand, the greatest thing I've ever touched, the most beautiful thing, the messy and dumb and way too long that nobody asked for, but somehow guides the thing. It keeps me straight. It reminds me who I am. It gives me rhyme and reason. And just when I think it's out of juice, it finds more in the bottom of the tank. It makes me laugh. It makes me a better man. It gave us the kid. And then on the other hand, there's the wife. One taught me patience, curiosity, humility, and the other is the woman I promised to love forever. I know what I'm supposed to say. I know what the right answer is, but Fladgy, I need your help. Help me actually understand why this is even a choice of if everything is already determined. We're not finished yet. Here's what I do. I work, I come home, I help with what I can, not always fast, not always well, but I help. I show up, I garden for Ra's sake. That's weird.
Wow.
I stay faithful. I'm not out swearing, gambling, or who knows whating. I tune in. I've tuned out. I've forgotten the anniversary. I've pretended I was listening while actually thinking about whether constitutional is a stronger closer than ultimatum. I've been absent in plain sight. She tolerated the graveyard and the drinking. She looked at me sideways when I said I had fans in Finland, but she still kissed me on Tuesday.
Yeah.
She says it's time to stop, time to give in, time to hang up the bullhorn and stop shouting in the barn like it's therapy. But wait, what if it is my therapy and I need this therapy?
It is.
What if these 4 hours make me happy? I don't do much. I don't run off and watch football for 12 hours every weekend like some men. All I ask for is 4 fucking hours. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It says 4 flipping hours, and I added the fucking because I don't think this Fladgy would ever actually swear.
Right.
All I've ever asked for is 4 flipping hours on Sunday to chuck frisbees with drawer, and 4 ding dang hours on Monday to yell out a bullhorn in the cold barn.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask for happiness? That's it. That's all I'm guilty of. 8 hours, a third of a day per week. That's all I take for me. So, dear Fladgy, me, tell me what I need to do. Do I pack it in? Do I apologize for needing something outside of her? Or do I remind her that everything outside of her could be inside of her?
Wow.
If she needs me, I'll stop. But she doesn't. If it's her or the barn, I'll burn the barn. But not without saying this. This show saved me. And I was able to save a dog. So if you care about puppies, the show must go on.
Yes.
Maybe I can do both, rant with a bullhorn and be a good man to a wife. Or maybe she's a gosh golly G. Willikers helpless, selfish.
Nice.
Thank you, Fladgy. Best podcast ever. Signed, Fladgy. Whipped or not in Michigan. So I guess the question he's asking you is, do I pack it in? Do I apologize for needing something outside of her?
Burn it all to the ground. Do as I say, not as I do. Never accept an ultimatum. Always take the bad option, no matter what. If it's an ultimatum, it's the person's fault that issued it. So make them pay, even if it costs you dearly. And no, I'm not taking my own advice. No, I do as I'm told. But I'm still picking away. I
Suck
planted
my
this
dick.
seed. Let's see. I just asked what I need to do for the new podcast. She didn't realize I could just start a new one tomorrow. And I also asked her, like she sarcastically said, "Do you mind if I go to church?" That was Saturday. She was saying,
You should get on her about that stuff.
Church tomorrow.
About that church stuff.
And I said, "Have I ever denied you doing anything you wanted?" And she had to admit that no. I allow her anything she wants. I make it all
That church
possible.
stuff drives people crazy. You should get on her about that church stuff. You should make her have to quit church.
Yeah, good idea. It's me or the church.
No, just do a trade-off. You'll quit the podcast if she quits church.
This just in.
I don't have anything. I just thought you were going to quit the church.
No, there's no reason to quit church.
What?
It's a good
Didn't you
fellowship
quit church?
community.
You quit church.
Good people.
There's no reason
And
to force
women
somebody else
dress
to quit
really
church.
slutty.
It's
and
awesome.
They don't call it slutty because they're at church.
It's so good.
So good.
The kid loves church.
He does.
Kid, you love church?
Usually no.
Oh,
weird.
All right, now we can go.
Disclaimer, the unfiltered and crude proclamation of jabber speech. Gibber, folks, listen up. Before we dive gibber into this circus of crudeness and uncensored banter, here's our no-nonsense disclaimer, served with a side of Fladge humor. Gibber, look, we're here for a good time, not a gibber-correct time, all right? In this crazy world, we're snowflakes, applesauce, and jabber critic. We're just trying to spread some joy without stepping on too many toes. So, here, jabber, article I, let's get jabber, the sole gibber of our discourse, be it from guests, hosts, or any random loudmouth, is to tickle your funny ball, tease your gray matter, and illuminate the path to a mirthful existence. Any semblance of seriousness is gibber accidental. Article 2, jabber everyone equally. We're equal gibber offenders, all right? We don't give a hoot about your gibber, race, religion, or whether you prefer cats or dogs. We're here to roast everyone from politicians to gibber to our own sorry selves. No gibber safe, not even grandma's apple pie. Article 3, screw political jabber. Listen, we ain't here to hold your hand or jabber anything. So if our jabber offend you, tough luck. We're not responsible for any ruffled feathers or gibber.
On the other side of Rumble, we're going to definitely look and see what a fan got caught doing on the Jumbotron.
The tales, rumors, and downright lies.
Somebody's going to try and find a what did he say, because I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet. We got a chicken
is purely gibber and probably a result of us hitting the bottle too hard.
chicken mosh pit, and finally,
Article B, jabber cause
finally the ultimate Mount Rushmore.
Bread and butter, folks. Any likeness to actual people or characters is just us having a laugh, not a reason for a jabber. We might not be the smartest gibber in the jar, but we sure know how to stir up some trouble. So, in closing, if you've made it this far without getting your undies in a gibber, then congrats, you're our kind of people. We're just here to crack a few tasteless jokes. Spread some jabber joy and remind everyone that life's too short to be serious all the frickin' time, so buckle up. Buttercup.